Welcome to today's presentation brought to you by Power to Practice, 2-Minute Tuesdays. New ERX and Lab Permissions form. We'll review each step of the form to help you navigate it with confidence. Let's get started by reviewing how to add a new provider user request. The new ERX permission form will open on the Users tab. If you are submitting a new request for a provider, you will need to switch between the two tabs to enter the required information. Begin by adding a request for a provider, such as a DO, MD, PA, or NP. Next, enter the prescriber's legal name in the last name, first name, and middle initial fields. Next, enter their title using letters only. In most cases, there will not be an existing clinician username, so you may enter NA in this field. Then, provide the gender, date of birth, NPI, and DEA number. If you would like the provider to have a clinician user account, use the drop-down menu to select yes or no. Then, enter the prescriber's email address and indicate whether they should be set up for EPCS by using the drop-down menu again to select either yes or no. Finally, include the license number and license description. If you want the prescriber to have permission to issue prescriptions for other caregivers in the practice, use the drop-down menu one more time to select yes or no. Let's review the Users tab to learn how to add a new clinician user request. In the Users section, an additional option has recently been added. These represent the available permission settings. Please review and become familiar with these options before completing the required fields. First, enter the clinician's legal name in the last name and first name fields. In most cases, there will not be an existing clinician username, so you may need to enter NA in this field. For security purposes, include the user's mother's maiden name so it can be added to the account. Select the appropriate permission based on the clinician's role by using the drop-down menu. If the new clinician user should have permission to send prescriptions for other providers, use the drop-down menu to select yes or leave it blank for no. If you left this field blank, the answer will default to no. Then, list the DEA numbers the user should have permissions for, separating each with a comma. Next, if the user should be a site admin and/or an EPCS admin, use the drop-down menu to select yes or leave it blank for no. Finally, provide the clinician user's email address. This email is for Optum's internal use only and will not be shared. Thank you for joining the Power to Practice 2-Minute Tuesdays presentation on how to fill out the new ERX and Lab Permissions form. Look out for more 2-Minute Tuesdays coming your way.